little tree in the middle. And for placement purposes, how about we add the zany zebra initials to both sides of it? But to find the more sense too, how about we add some Aztec swirlies all around in the blank spots? And maybe there's another survivor emblem on the back to symbolize this to be our second attempt on this world. I would rather not talk about the first attempt. Well, here we have our finished product. I hope you enjoyed this new animation. But if you did, with a large supply of paint, I gave our enforcer a makeover. Yeah, I gotta make him look good. He's about to become a wall decoration. These shoes are enforcers that he can't kill gigas, can't kill reapers, can't kill wyverns, and he certainly can't take out a yellow drum. My only choice now is to turn to a manigan. I was lucky enough to find a level 120, but as it turns out, Winnie the Punk's got there first. I'm sorry, bud. Well, I guess it's time to wait for another 15,000 days. Manic armors have a tendency to spring up in the Neverland, so I do recommend getting your traps a root. And it's as simple as that. I bombarded the Manic armor with a bunch of arrows, and I gave him prime meat, and he tamed immediately, and then he went safely home. That was fun. That was a great reminder as to why I'm never going to live here. Once we got back to base, I placed down our Manic armor, and this is pretty decent. It's not the best level on the map, but it sure ain't the worst. The main point is that it's reliable, and seeing more final bosses. I named our Manic armor Maestro, and he was cooking up a storm. He could cook up Spanos, Broncos, Rock Drakes, Mama Broncos, Baby Rexes, Flying Rexes. That's about it. This mana really had some guns on him, so I tried out the yellow drum. And it didn't take long to conclude that the gun that my mana had was an Apache pistol. So you could say I required a grounded, down-to-earth plan to take out this drum. So what did I do? I started by leaving and began expanding the Rex army and doing a little bit of chores around the house. Meteor storm. While I was waiting for the meteor storm, I did come across a few predicaments. Some more perplexing than others. I'm so confused. And some a little painful to see. However, the most painful was this blue drop. That one touching down was in yellow, and I should have went for that. Oh my god, my ears! I don't know if you've ever had that audio issue before, but it hurts. It really hurts. I probably wouldn't get any compensation for the damage to my ears, so I decided to compensate myself by attempting a new yellow drop. On the yellow drop second wave, there was one missing dino left, as usual if you try these, and I couldn't find it for the life of me. Instead of waiting for a while, which I should have done, I might have gone a bit too far. Well, there goes the drop. And there goes my Rex too. Now normally I would give up and do something else, but I was determined. I was determined this time to get this yellow drop. So I went and cried up my Rexes, did a little bit more hatching, and we actually got some mutations. Of course, we did some gardening as well, that's important. And then I set out to find another yellow drop. Yes! Although completing a yellow drop was by far an amazing achievement, we still had a lot of work to do. So I grabbed all my stuff, assembled the Rexes, and then switched gears to another goal beyond these blueprints, and more towards foundations where I contain a fabled gotcha. Where in the world are gotchas, might you ask? Well, they're down this pit in the average zone. I understood that they ate foundations and such. Oh, yes. Oh, Jesus, that's not enough. I'm gonna have to go ham. Hold on. Yes, there we go. Once I returned from the aberrant zone, I traveled to the Green Obelisk to hunt for Argentatuses. I found a pretty terrible one, but I went and knocked it up anyway, gave her prime meat, named her Alice, leveled her up, and then I used her to transport our Ankylosaurus around the map. Then I used that same metal we mined to produce an industrial grill for my back porch, and some upgraded black armor. I bet I look good. Oh, Jesus. I made some stone foundations to tame the second gotcha. Are you serious? I did find another gotcha, so I threw down the foundations, and once he tamed, I named him Gunther. And once I returned home, I set up the snow owls to regurgitate in front of the gotchas, which I'll admit is a strange process, but I also read that if you combine the pellets with fiber in their stomachs, they make cracked crystals. The rest of the day, I just did boring chores around the house, opened gotcha crystals, arranged the rexes, fertilized the crops, built all sorts of traps, and raised livestock, but it was getting a little too boring, and I was interested in having some fun, so I went out to search for anything to tame. Perhaps a Uteranus in either of the two domes. But there was nothing. And when I mean nothing, there was really nothing of any medium. Wait a minute, wasn't this where the artifact was supposed to be too? I was curious to see if this would be an issue in the future for other caves, so I let the artifact reset while I cleansed the Velonosaur gene pool. But once I checked the cave again, still nothing. I decided to wait an even longer time for the artifact to reset, and so I found a level 125 Velonosaur. Can he just walk out? Oh no! I'm so bad at this game, but things just keep working out. Even then, I checked what the requirements looked like, and unless I chugged some compound V, or better yet, a Bang Energy, I would never be able to do that in a single video. But that taste of endgame mindset made me curious about red drops, and what do you know, it's an absolute nightmare. I might have abandoned Ramses, but he actually held his own quite well. Adding more Rexes might just work to beat one of these things. Then I thought back to the desert cave not working, and since I already had the resources needed to take on the forest cave, I could see if an artifact would spawn here instead. Exactly. Save me. Attack my carpet. Oh, I hate that. You are actually luring the... Can you stop talking? I don't like that. How did you manage to do that? Oh, wow. My game didn't crash. And now I know which Titan I'm gonna go for. Once I arrived at home, I started up some breeding, and I usually do this after I do a drop or a tame or something. It was just a part of the daily chores by now. And I usually went and hatched all the eggs at once, kept the nice Rexes, slaughtered the rest. But now my chores were getting more and more difficult, because the surviving Rexes were starving, and the city was more desolate than the wasteland at this point. So I thought it was time to use our very first cheat, destroy wild dinos. And it helps a lot. The only creature that never ran out on this map were corrupted dinos. And they have something I want. I killed a corrupt Rex to claim his corrupt heart, which was in the death bag, but when I went to grab it... How did he kind of sick of my
Mă, ce pula mea a făcut mai că tot să te întreb?
Nu știu. Nu mă întreba.
Și n-ai vorbit cu ei?
Acum ați cu ei, amândoi sunt baza mea.
Și ce fac?
Nu știu, încearcă să mă bagi înapoi în trib, nu mă lasă efectiv.
Doamne, ce admin handicapat la creier.
Dar nu că a fost unul în bază, gen la... Oh.
Ce s-a întâmplat?
Ăsta a intrat în trib și eu când am intrat pe server, efectiv am văzut un om negru că se zboară prin bază și am zis ce pui mei și am văzut pe numele tău era galben și zic ce pui mei.
Mi-a intrat unul în cadavru sau ce? Mi-a intrat unul în cadavru sau...
Nu știu, man, efectiv, eu nu mai sunt în tribul meu.
A, bine, stai că trebuie să instaleze modul pentru peste vreo jumătate de oră, cum ar
Nu,
fi.
că sunt două moduri noi cu doi dinozauri.
3, că și trebuie adaptat de la Dragonic Chronicles. Iară.
Minunat. Dar nu durează așa de mult pentru mine.
Păi nu, dar vreo 15 minute trebuie să stau. Doamne, ce urăsc azi bine.
Poate tu ești încă în trib și mă poți da recruiting,
Mă, ca
știi?
dar ei te scos din tribul tău?
Nu, efectiv am intrat, eu eram încă în tribul meu, știi? Dar n-aveam acces la baza mea, efectiv, știi? Eu îmi bag că eu eram în trib. Numai că...
Cum pe mea vine
m-a
asta?
băgat înapoi.
A, te-a
Yay.
băgat. Dar cum a început totul sau ce-o fă?
Nu vorbește ăsta pe Discord, da? Habar n-am. Wow. TNKS.
Așa bine, stai un pași, nu m-am spui că nu știu ce, că nu mai ești în trib, că ce? Să-mi bag picioare să zic, așa mă speri uneori.
Vrei să vezi ce am văzut eu în ultimele...
Nu contează. Hai. Abia pe eu mă duc înapoi în pat. Mi-am pus la Africa Farm pe Roblox, stăteam bine în pat, mâncam, mă uitam la film. Mai făcut să mă panichez degeaba.
Dark Horse. Cine e ăsta?
Nu.